Are you guys looking for a manhwa to read in your free time because you have no friends? Here are 10 recommendations, and don't worry, solo leveling is not one of them.
He was very poor and was forced to work in a love tavern. One day he was visiting the blacksmith's shop to glance at his dream sword. His friend says that looking at that sword is a waste of time, but the boy says looking at the sword gives him pleasure. The girl asks him whether he can still hear the voices of the swords. She also says that the guy was hit by lightning a few days earlier. The boy was staring at his dream sword when the girl says to buy it with credit, but the sword was too expensive. It costed 5 gold, which was enough to live happily for a year. Suddenly, the owner of the shop, the blacksmith, came and kicked them out of the shop. We see that the blacksmith had rescued those children in the past and raised them. He says that this sword is his final masterpiece and he will only give it to someone worthy. Later that night in the Love Tavern, we see a drunk, angry man dragging a woman on the floor in order to beat her. He is stopped by the boy and he tells him to free her. The drunkard asks the boy to give him a better-looking girl for the night, but the boy says the payment needs to be done with gold. Hearing this, the man gets angry and says that the tavern was cheating. He said that the candles were not even lasting for 5 minutes. The boy was ready to prove the drunkard wrong and said if the candle doesn't last for 5 minutes, then he can do whatever he wanted with the woman. The boy lights the match and then he lights up the candle. As the time passed, they waited, and everyone in the tavern could feel the tension in the air. The candle goes out exactly 5 minutes later. The drunkard panics and gets smacked in the face with a wooden stick and gets beaten up by the boy. The boy kicks the guy, and the drunkard falls down on his face. Then the boys him a heavy beating that he'll remember for the rest of his life and kicks him out of the tavern. This boy is a SS rank mafia's hitman and is feared by everyone, but he wasn't this strong in the beginning. 17 years ago, the boy's cruise ship met with an accident, leaving him in the ocean in a crazy storm. The boy tries to find his mom and dad. As he is trying to survive in the storm, he finds his mom's body, and she is no more. A huge wave shoves the boy in the water, struggling to breathe. He spots both the bodies of his mom and dad when suddenly a man pulls him out of the water. It is his grandpa. The boy says that both mom and dad are dead, and the grandpa says that nothing can be done now. He gives the boy a pen, which was a family heirloom, and tells him to survive and move on with his life. In the next day, the boy was rescued by a huge ship, and 2 men stood in front of him. The men called their boss as the kid was awake. The woman was the captain of the ship and an Italian mafia boss who were smuggling some illegal stuff in the country. The boy says he belongs to a rich family, and his family can give any amount of money the smugglers wanted. Hearing this, the woman and the 2 men start celebrating. The boy asked them to contact their family's lawyer, but when the lawyer picked up the phone, he betrayed the boy and said that if they kill the boy, they will receive $1 million as a prize. The boy realized that his family was betrayed by their own relatives and the lawyer. The woman tells sorry to the boy as she has to kill him now. The boy begs for his life, and the 2 men laugh from the back as they knew their boss will never hurt a child. The boy requests her to take him in, and he will be loyal as he wants his revenge from those who betrayed his family. Now, in the present time, the boy is all grown up. A bunch of gang members fired bullets at him. As the gang leader steps out of the vehicle, the car explodes, and the gang members start getting eliminated one by one. The boy slices through all of them. As the gang leader attacks him, he eliminated him with a single swipe of his sword. He opens the car trunk, revealing he has already captured the lawyer who betrayed him. The once weak and helpless boy has now become a fearless monster. He burns the car and lights up his cigar with full swag and walks away like it's an everyday walk in the park for him. He is one of the strongest soldiers of their kingdom and is in the middle of a war. The enemy soldiers are surprised by his strength. The enemy general comes face to face with the boy. With rage fueling up his body, he prepares to attack the enemy general. The general is surprised by seeing his willpower. As he's about to attack, a buffed-looking dude enters the battlefield with shiny golden armor. The boy freezes in place after seeing the buffed dude and can't believe his eyes. The buffed dude was his own brother. The boy realizes that his brother was the one who was behind all of this chaos. This brother's aura is so intense that the boy falls on his knees. The brother betrays him and says that this was already planned. The boy was used by his brother for his entire life. The brother says now he is useless and needs to be eliminated. The boy is filled with rage after hearing all this. Red aura starts coming out of him. The brother did all this for the crown and to become king himself. The boy had heard enough. He attacks his brother with his full remaining power, but the brother is way stronger than him. The brother pierces through the boy and he gets stabbed by the brother's sword. The brother says he is a pathetic loser and kicks away his lifeless body. In his final moments, the boy thinks he is a loser and wasn't able to protect his loved ones. Suddenly, he wakes up from a deep sleep because a waitress was calling him to wake up. But seeing her face, the boy gets shocked as he recalls she was their waitress 20 years ago. Then, how is it possible that she was there? The room they were in was also his childhood room. The boy realizes that he was reincarnated in his own childhood, and now he has the chance to rewrite history once again. He was reborn as a demon lord when a mysterious game pulled him inside a different world where his life changed. This guy was a pathetic loser who played games and fapped around the whole day. He was in total depression because the doctors told him about his incurable disease and he had only a few years to live. He was tired of taking tons of medicines just to survive. When he coughs, blood comes out like ketchup. As usual, he was about to start the same quest in his game that he plays every day. Suddenly, a portal to a different dimension opened and pulled him inside. He was reborn as Nox Linehaber, who belonged to one of the 3 prominent families harnessing the element of darkness. As he was wondering what just happened to him, a floating window appeared where all his stats were written. The window says that he has already met him before and tells that the world he was living in until now was a fake one. Now in the present time, we see that an insane battle is taking place and Nox is fighting with a bunch of armored soldiers. He unleashes his dark magic slash on the soldiers, cutting through all of them. He releases a dark energy laser blast and defeats all of the soldiers in his way. Once a sick boy, he is currently at the level of a demon lord. As he notices a girl walking towards him, she tells him that why did he sold his soul to the devil and betrayed her. As Nox is standing with a cold look in his eyes, he smiles and says he should have taken this path a long time ago. He gained the power of space-time manipulation magic when his future self came to guide him. This boy was getting beaten and bullied by his classmates who were way stronger than him. They took his lunch and made fun of him. Suddenly their class president came to stop the fight and sympathized with the boy. He was always a loser with no magic power and no one wanted to become his friend. While returning home from school, he saw a letter stuck in his door. As he opened the letter, a blue light flashed and he was teleported inside the letter. There he met a mysterious soul which said that it was his own future self. He says that there is no time to waste and takes him to a magic crystal which will give him power. But as the boy touches the magic crystal, turns red and a huge iron golem spawns in front of him. Before he could react, the golem fires a laser and he gets hit directly. As he's about to give up thinking about his mom and dad, the iron golem attacks and smashes his body like a little insect. But something happens, and with an insane blue flash, the boy gets revived as he has gained the power of space-time manipulation magic. As the magic power surges through his body, the golem attacks him from behind, but he easily dodges the attack. With his newly acquired skills, he fights the golem on an equal footing. He jumps up and attacks to break the golem's core and defeats him with ease. This is how once a weak and powerless boy became the manipulator of time and space itself. This perfectly normal looking guy has a big secret. He was a very popular guy at his college and had a lot of friends. His grades were all perfect and all the girls had a crush on him. He was literally the king of his college. There was a girl who he liked. When she asked him to go out for a drink, he suddenly panicked and felt something in his back. He went home saying he was not feeling well. The truth was, even though he was popular and seemed happy, he had a big insecurity which he was ashamed of. After he reaches home, he opens his shirt and there it was. He had a pair of dragonfly wings attached to his back. He got these wings in his childhood when he sprayed a dragonfly and it turned into dust. From that day, he has wings on his back. He always hid from others and was ashamed of the wings. So during the start of college, he put on bandages and changed his entire personality to make a fake persona of himself. As he opened the door, his crush was standing there and they both panicked. He thought of sharing his big secret with her as she was a nice person, but he decides to not reveal his secret and comes out of the washroom. They went on a movie date and were having fun when suddenly a staff member enters the room and tells everyone to leave. As he was saying this, a man with mantis blades in his hands kills the staff member. Seeing this, everyone in the hall panics and rushes outside. The mantis guy attacks our boy, but he dodges somehow. The guy had the power of a praying mantis spirit and was hungry for blood. As the guy reaches to kill a woman, the girl throws a baseball bat at him. The mantis gets angry and rushes to kill the girl. The mantis throws the girl from the building's roof. As the girl was falling, the boy was overthinking about his wings and how everyone might see him. The boy jumps off to save the girl. As he catches her and they were falling at a very high speed, he bursts out his wings and flies above the ground. As everyone starts to look and start taking pictures, his secret is no more a secret. The world knows about him now. She lost her parents at a very young age. She was raised by her grandfather. But one day, she found out that he was suffering from cancer, and his only last wish to see his granddaughter get married to a nice man. She was ready to make his wish come true. She asked her boyfriend to marry her. He said of course he will marry her, but when they are settled financially. But she cannot wait for that long. That's when she stumbled upon a handsome guy named Mr. Kang. As she was going to cross the road, a car was coming straight at her. Kang pulled her hand to save her, and oops, what did just happen? Later in her college, the new professor came into the class to greet everyone. And guess what? It was Mr. Kang. Seeing him, the girl was embarrassed because of their kiss. A few days later, she went to meet a guy set up by her grandpa. The guy's parents were her grandpa's friends, but when she met the son of the family, it was Mr. Kang again. Kang bullies her about the kiss that day and says that he is looking for a nice girl to marry. Later, she went on a cafe to meet a few guys for marriage. She met quite a few of them, but none of them clicked with her. She liked one of the guys she met, but he turned out to be toxic, and he was hurting her arm when suddenly Mr. Kang comes to save thy day. He holds her hand and pulls her away. As she said that none of the guys were a good match for her, Kang offers to marry him instead. He says that both of us are looking for someone to marry, so they should marry each other. She agrees to marry him in one condition. The marriage has to be a secret until she graduates. Once just a nobody, this guy was chosen by the gods to become their vessel. The Abyss was a different dimension where thousands of monsters lived. Humans with special abilities raided the Abyss to kill the monsters and acquire valuable treasures. This 35-year-old guy with no power was just the bag bearer of their party. Suddenly he saw all of the hunters from his party are dead. As he looked behind, he saw a SSS rank monster named Asmodeus. He tries to attack it with a small knife, but his hand gets blown away. The monster attacks him with a lightning beam. As his life flashes in front of his eyes, he suddenly gets transported to a different dimension. Suddenly a god appears in front of him and says he will grant him power. The god says he was moved by the guy's willpower and decided to help him. As a dark dragon descends from the sky, he gets woken up by a slap from his high school bully. As he was getting bullied, he realizes that this is different this time. He punches the bully in the face, and he gets knocked out. The bully is now angry and activates his power of Stone Body. The guy has received the power of Gluttony, and red aura starts to come out of him. The bully jumps forward to attack him, he stops him with a single hand, and starts absorbing his power. As the bully screams, his powers is getting sucked away, and he falls down. The guy has now stole the power of the bully for himself. This boy was used as a test experiment because this old king was looking for immortality. The boy was tortured day and night. The old king was suffering from an illness, which is why he was looking for immortality. That is when the boy drank the immortality serum and attacked the king. After he devoured He King, all the soldiers furiously attacked the boy, but the boy has become a monster now. He kills off all the soldiers and walks away. Later in a secret temple, all the legendary clan leaders of the world have gathered to talk about the Mad Demon who defeated their clans many years ago. The boy has now the soul of the Mad Demon. One of them attacks the Mad Demon and cuts him, but he heals himself instantly and takes down the swordsman. Another guy attacks him and blasts through the temple. The boy takes him down with a more powerful attack. Then the monk attacks him but gets defeated in an instant. One of them attacks him, which was a cursed seal. His body gets sealed in the forbidden magic, and this is how the clan leaders managed to seal the legendary Mad Demon. Now 3,000 years later, it is the year 2600. We see the world has progressed significantly, and aliens live in this world as well. Now you have to read the story to figure out how the Mad Demon comes back to the story.
This old bookseller was once the most dangerous assassin in the world, also known as the legendary killer. One day, a girl came to buy books for her sibling, but she was actually a trained assassin who came to kill him. But she got caught by him before she could kill him. And as she failed her mission, there were two other assassins who were sent to kill both of them. But he saved her, but got hurt in the stomach and started bleeding. He was once the legendary killer, but now he is very old and was fighting cancer, so he was not as strong as before. Then a man named the Octoman came and asked him that you're about to die. Then why don't you give up? Because there is 7.6 bounty on your head. The old man thought of his old life and regretted his actions and remembered his kid and threw a bomb at them and ran away to the park and passed out. Sometime later in Octoman's hideout, a young guy appears in the old guy's clothes looking for Octoman, but his men try to beat him up, but he defeats them in seconds, and he is actually the legendary killer who got young after waking up and got his powers back. Then he attacked Octoman with an octopus tentacle and threw him in a hot boiling curry pot. He burns his old picture and lights up a cigarette.